Hi, partners. This is your old pal Hoppy, and I've got a story that I've been itching to tell you for a long, long time. It's the story of my good luck coin. And boy, it sure was good luck for me, 'cause it saved my life. It happened quite a while ago when it was the wild, wild West. And a man had to be pretty quick on the draw with his 6 guns, 'cause in those days there was nothing but the open range full of cactus, sagebrush, and rattlesnakes. And if the Indians didn't get you, the outlaws and cattle rustlers might. A law-abiding citizen had to be mighty careful in those days. And I might add, a little lucky, too, which is where that silver dollar I always carry with me comes in. Well, at the time this story begins, I was riding herd for the Bar Z Ranch in Texas. They had 3,000 head of the finest cattle I ever saw. And seeing as how they roam far and wide over the open range, I want to tell you we sure had to do some tall hustling to keep up with them. But one day I found out that somebody else was doing some hustling, too. I was out looking for some strays that had wandered away from the main herd when I turned up a draw and found a campfire that was still warm. And from the looks of the ground around it, somebody had stayed a while and then left in an awful hurry. They hadn't left alone either, 'cause leading out of the other side of the draw were the tracks of maybe 100 head of cattle and the hoof prints of 3 or 4 horses, all heading south for the border. Rustlers. I was a good day's ride from the rest of the outfit, and I knew if I went back for help, those hombres would get away for good with my boss's cattle, and I didn't want that to happen, so I lit out after them. I didn't know what I was going to do when I caught up with them, but I was so raring mad I figured I'd lick them all single-handed. Well, I rode all that day and all that night. Long about dawn the next day, I caught up with them. And you know what I did? I was so all-fired hopping mad by this time that I rode right square into them, cattle and all, yelling and shooting as I came. I dropped 2 of those cattle thieves before they knew what hit them. And the stampeding cattle took care of the one in front of the herd. But the 4th one went for his gun, and the next thing I knew, I was sprawled on the ground. Well, I sure thought I was a goner. But when I came to, there wasn't anybody around but me and those 3 used-to-be cattle rustlers. I guess the other one lit out for the hills. He shot me all right before he left. But do you know where? Right smack in the middle of that silver dollar I was carrying in the left-hand pocket of my shirt. That bullet put an awful dent in it, but it saved my life. Yes, sir, partners, that was quite a while ago, but I've still got that old silver dollar. And whenever I look at it now, I always say to myself, Hoppy, you'd better keep on giving your good luck and your lucky coins to the millions of boys and girls who are your friends, 'cause their friendship is what makes you the luckiest cowboy I ever saw.